Monopoly? Am I good at Monopoly? I'm sorry, I started the video. Well, answer the question. Okay. Am I good at Monopoly? What does it take to be good? How do you plan the devious attack? How to take over everything at the same time, not to run out of money? Do I play baseball? I love baseball. I think I'm great. I never made it past double B, but I still thought I was great. Felt like I was good. I just felt like there was something missing. I guess I wasn't good enough for the high league. Do I know chandelier? I know there's a chandelier. I know there's a jet plane. They call it the Learjet. Do I know about astrology or astronomy? I know there's planets in the skies. I know there's the astrology section in the newspaper. What do I know about chess? Absolutely nothing. When I move my first item in chess, I have no idea what's going to happen next. Gematria, numbers, Kabbalah, Franklin Electric Company. New group just came out. I do know it's a sign of something else. Franklin Electric Company. I do know that when you draw, we're going to draw. Well, don't draw. No, it's the undrawn that are safe, because once you draw, my friends, it's illegal to draw. You know what it's like when they say the word draw a couple of 100 years ago? How many paces was it? Was it 5 paces or 10? When they each added up 5 paces, it was actually 10 total. They each took 1 each. You were standing, you were watching in the middle. They were each going 5 away from you. There was a total. What do I know? What do I know? I know when I look at a commercial, I say, okay, just let me not sure. I don't want to think. It's a commercial. I'm not thinking, oh my God, Arnold Schwarzenegger in a woman's dress. Mrs. Doubtfire. Is that right? Mighty Mess? I don't know, somehow I just want to say Mess marks the spot, so let's call him Mark. Fisherman in his own way. Fishing for letters and words. Let's see what we can do first. The arrow. This is the bottom of the Mayan Sanskrit. This would be somewhere in Pharaoh's lair, one of his designs. The arrow, you see this down part in the arrow? It's supposed to be up, but it comes down, because it doesn't matter how high you put it, the square will always look like a square, but it's only an arrow because we're only pointing here and making sure it's straight over here. So we have 2 points. See the way it rocks? It can come down all the way to here and sit in between these two, but if this moves or lifts, this arrow will start to switch. 1 equals 34, mark 134. 2 equals 58, mark 258. 3 equals 56, mark 356. 4 equals 60, mark 460, or mark 604. 604, 409. Time of man. Everything goes about 3, 4, and 7. Yes, there's more. Yes, there's less. But it's all 3, 4, and 7. Okay? I'm going through the number system, multiplying 1 times 3, 2 times 3, 3 times 3, 4 times 3, 5 times 3, 6 times 3, 7 times 3, 8 times 3, 9 times 3 is 27. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 plus 7 is 9. BIGWIN says win big. But do I know anything? I know nothing. I make up little games. I see what I get inside the game, and the guy down the street says, hey, let's play fish. I go, okay, let's play fish. He says, you got any 27s? I says, oh, by the way, I do have 27s. 3 times 27 equals 81, standing for the letter count of the basic number value inside of the geometrical scale. They call it Venus. Venus is apparently the 2nd planet, but if you turn it upside down, it becomes the 8th planet. Saying Venus plays out of the mind of man. But that's Neptune, and probably man is just upside down. That's why we have the different codes in our phone codes and in our calculators, why the numbers are upside down, and why Loshu plays the even numbers from all the corners. 5, say 42. 9, say 42. 542 is 210. 942 is 948. Did I say that? 9 times 42. 9 times 40 is 360. 9 times 2 is 18, equals 378. Red October, creation of Red October. Now, what should we do? Should we go 3 times 7 times 8 plus 8 plus 7 plus 3? Should we go the middle? Should we put the littlest letter in between the center? Okay? Or do we leave 8 and 9 together? Because 8 and 9, the 8th and 9th letter, when you draw one of them, you got both of them. But do I know anything? The hell do I know? I I didn't go to school to know anything that you know or others know. I taught myself to know certain things I want to know because I think there's a value inside knowing what the numbers are valued, what the numbers actually have in totality that will value against other words with the same numerological value. But to start off, we got to find the regular number. We got to find out the value of the numbers in its own. 5. 5's in the middle. But is it the pole that we swing around? 5. Is it the spoon that we swing in the bowl? 5. Is it the hole we make in our hand so we can put the spoon so we can grab onto it and turn it around? What is 5? 5 seems to be hanging out in the middle of things. 5, 14, 11, Spirit, Angel, and Man, AA, and K, also B and P, connecting to H, 8, Z, 8, and Q8, which is the back door, the understanding. When you come to the piano, G and A, they touch together. The first time G and A ever touch together, okay, is when G comes first. What comes first? The G comes first. Because the first time there's A, that's your first key. And you know if you're using your left hand, your first key, you'll be using this finger on your first key. You're not going to use the thumb on the piano on the first key. What finger are you supposed to use on the first key? Second key, third key. By the fifth key, okay, you're at E. You haven't even used your right thumb for center C because your center C came with this finger to begin everything. This is how it all began, center C. Then when your next center C, eventually, once this hits the second center C, C, B, A, G. Now it touches, G touches because we touch C. Now G can touch A for the first time. Only because we have to touch C before A can touch. Why? Because we have C, B, and then A. Creation of the beta system. G and A is 8. G, A is 8. A and B is 3. We get 8 and 3. But we get 8 and 3 from 7 and 1 or and 2. So 7 and 1 and 7 and 2 make 8 and 9 because A touches B as well as it touches 7. So now that it touches B, 7 and 1, A equals 8, and 7 and 2, B equals 9. Number 72. 9 times 8 equals 72. And 9 plus 1 and 8 plus 2 is the 10-10 world. 9 plus 1 and 8 plus 2. Are we having trouble with our S19? Are we having trouble finding number 28, which isn't in the number system, so nobody really finds it as any trouble at all? But the hell, it isn't. It's full of trouble. So is 3 and 7 trouble. Anything that adds to a 10, anything that has a 0 in it, there's questions to be asked. And there's a great possibility that the answers are so far in the future, that they happen so far in the past, that it's hard to deduct why we have 0. But like I showed you in the symbols over here, we have 0 to start with, because 0, as a diamond, it's always in the middle. Once this goes into here, it makes it in the middle. You ever see this, what it really looks like? It's a whistle. The train horn pulls it, boop, 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 and out shoots the poop, poop. Nothing's coming out but the noise. But if we block the hole, nothing can come out at all. So it goes up and poof, 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 poof. The echo or the noise stops. What were we doing with these numbers? 2 equals 58. 3 equals 56. 5 by 6, 5 plus 6 equals 30 and 11. Spirit, Angel, and Man. It's the first time you can start on the Monopoly board as you come one time around. Plus 1 is 42. You end up with 42 right away because when you come one time around the Monopoly, you start on 1, but you don't count. You start on 1 because it says go. Before anything happens, it's on your mark, get set, go. We didn't start the clock yet, but we sure as hell started everything else up. On your mark, get set, go. You see, I still know nothing. I just know what everybody else has said when I was young. What did you say? Well, if we're going to have a race, who wants to say go? So the guy gets ready to say go, and he's a smart ass. He's going, are you ready? And they're all going, yeah. and he doesn't look over, go. Oh, what the hell, man? No preparation. Nobody goes, and the guy's still tying his shoe. He says, hey, man, he says, if you're the starter, you got to see that I'm tying my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Must mean something. They came up with the song. Have you ever seen what the hat of Jack looks like? The Jack card, the King card, all the hats are like this. The Queen, it's like this. Do you understand? The hat of the King, the Jack is like this, but the Queen, it's like this. This is a rotator. This is the energy. What is this? Obama starter, savings account. But they control the banks. You see, in the States, listen to this pure crap. They want to start people out with savings account to save for their retirement. But the money is saved into corrupt bank accounts that by the time they get to the retirement, 3/4 of the money is either gone because they closed down, or they put up the taxes or change the taxes. Okay? The taxes should always work from the day you put in whatever you put into your savings account. That should retain the same tax, okay, for that year, and not when you take it out, it changes the tax. You decide when you take it out, but we should be able to sign a contract for life on our money that nothing, no taxes. Once we put it away in an RRSP, okay, you take your full and final tax right there, but otherwise no taxes. Because with the average tax dividend today at 3% over a period of 20 years, that's when you double your money. When a guy finishes and goes into retirement from the age of 25 and he doesn't even watch it, he only serves 2 terms from 25 to 65 in life. That means that his money will double twice, but it'll only double twice starting in the second of the 20 years. That's when it'll start doubling, only because the first 3% is less than 50% of the average of the income multiplication at 3%. So if he puts away 70,000, let's say he puts away 100,000 in 40 years, okay, he should have 200,000. That's it. No more than that. And not only that, even if I can be 100% wrong right now, but I don't care, they're charging you tax on that money. You can't borrow against it, and you don't want to borrow against it, because if you borrow against it, they charge you the daily tax. They charge you punishments and penalties. Why? Because they're playing with your money. They're doing whatever the hell they want. Now, you want to know what's happening? The in and the outdoor. This is the Y. You see the Y, the passage, 5 and 5? 42. And 55 is right here. Actually, should we hold it this way? Or should we hold it this way? This is a funnel. It goes into here, the funnel. It goes into here, and it overflows here, and it overflows here. I don't know exactly how it works. I just made this shit up just now. Silver City, Mexico. I'm still looking for something specific. I think it's over here. Mighty Messer. This is an N. It has 2 digitals, possibly of the railroad or of the clock. I'm not sure. This is the H. When you put up and this way and this way and this way and this way, if you take a good look, they both become jacks. Because you put this line right across and right across. Jack and Jack. But Jack and Jack together, if they actually cut it off at sea level, right over here, below sea level and sea level, so the beaches meet. See the ground, the way it meets the ground, and then the ocean's over here. The stilts, the crossover from one area to the next area. You know what they do, eh? They put stilts inside the water. And all these new holes that are falling, these sinkholes, they have to put silts in them because it's underneath some kind of quicksand water. But anyways, you see what goes straight here? You can also see that because of this line, okay, if I wanted to draw the line straight, because you see it's online and not offline, I would get a 4 and a 4. At the same time, if you look at this 4, it looks like a jack. It looks like a T. It looks like a J. At the same time, if you do this, which is the cap, this corner over here, this would be 2 corners on tic-tac-toe, closing it into a stop sign, in which you take the top side which is the 3 area here, 1, 2, and 3, and you open 1, 2, and 3 over to the next side. Here's your S. That S that keeps eluding us, the number 19. Number 19 because A, it picks up 1 and 9. It's the stripe and it's the solid. 1 times 9, 1 plus 9, it's 2 different worlds. 19 in every single world. 19 and 19 and 19 and 19. Now we have 20, okay? We have 20, we have 40 more. 19 plus 40, okay? 19 plus 40 is 59, okay? Excuse me. Now we have 10 more. We have to have 50. Is that what I said, 50? You take the first 19 and you put it on the side. Then you take from 20, you go to 70, okay? Actually, you go to 60. It's 40, and then we create the circle, the hole. That's from 60 to 69 when we create the circle hole. From 70 to 89, from 60 to 79, it's where they have the expression of jis neuf, where they say 3 times in every area, 10, or 4 times 10, 10, 17, 18, 19, and 10. They say 10 4 times, and then 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9 is 24, plus the extra 10. Okay, that's more. Is 34, which means 1. Now we add up to 30. 64. Israel, Zion, X and X. Don't forget the S will build 2 houses. Let's say the S builds 2 houses. Do you want to see what the N does? Look at the N. Do you see the N? See the N? See the N? All I have to do now, you see the N? You see the 2 N's? You see what I did? I made 1 skip over here and 1 skip over here, and now the N ends up to be an S. See the same thing over here? N turns into an S. The manana sign, that you stick it together, manana, connecting together your S and turning into a bird. See the hooks? One side is open. We go back up again. By the time we're finished doing this, okay, this will be your 3. You want to count it as your 3. Your S and your 3. It also looks like the E. Now you can say ES, because we have certain numbers, certain places for things. Things belong in certain places for reasons. Imagine I bought cheap light bulbs, or I pulled a plug out. More or less. Let's see. I think I pulled the plug out. There's so many things. I'm going to try and jump off a few things right now. Jethro, Bo, Dean. Now you can either say Dean, Dine, Dino. Bo, Barack Obama. Robo, Robo. Jethro, Bo, Dean. Robo, Dean. Oh, robotic. He was strong on an ox, is stupider than shit. He wanted to be a brain surgeon. The last person I saw that wanted anything to do with brains was the Tin Man. Was it not the Tin Man? What did the Tin Man want? Because the Tin Man needed something, and he was... Tin Man, of course, is robotics. The Wizard of Oz, the robotics, the magic witches. Somebody who wishes upon a prayer. The TV we watch, I don't know anything. All I know is sometimes I'm able to find the difference of, let me even see, even that I can't even say. I'm just here to be able to create a story inside what I see of whatever elements it is. Do I want to talk about the apple? Starts with an A, ends in an E, 1 and 5. Do I want to talk about the orange? Starts with an O and says the golden angel, ends with a 5. One starts with an A and ends in an E. The other starts with an O. So is it apples and oranges or oranges and apples? Because they have the 4 letters. They have 4 vowels. 2 through. So inside of orange, you have the range. The range and strange. And inside apple, you have ape and you have pool. The ape pool. The ape pool or April Fool's Day. Juice, numbers, BER. How about letter? Ocean oils. Did you know that the church, the oil companies, the railways, at one point were all connected in a way that one ran the men of the cities and the other one ran the pipelines, and one moved the oil, and everybody made a little bit of money. See the letter R, S, T? Anyone under arrest of? The rest of us? Arrest of us? A Rastafarian. What is over here? Number 19. 1 and 19 is not counted, okay? We're not counting 19, we're not counting 18 because 8 and 9 are together, and we're going to count 17 because they touch together. But then we get 29 and 28. 28 we have to discuss because that's the letters of that is T and H for time heaven, okay? T and H, 2 and 8, okay? We're not touching 2 and we're not touching 8. So 1, 9, 2 and 8 are out. So we would be touching 3 and 7. 3 is part of A and B, creating its own 3. As 1 and 2 is 3, as 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, or 7 and 1 and 7 and 2 is 8 and 9. Do you follow me where I'm going? This 19 is not actually here because it exists somewhere else. The 18 is not here. That means the 2 can no longer be there because that would make a 10. We don't want anything that's going to make a 10. Okay, so we don't put that one over there. So what we have left is we have the 17. That means the 3 can get involved. But the 3 and the 1, within the 1, inside of 3 is 1. So we put 3, 7, and the next one we can put is 5, 7. There is nothing else. It's only 3, 7, and 5, 7. 37 makes the 31 days in a year. 7 by 3 and 7 plus 3. 21 equals 31. And 31 and 13 and 13 and 31 is everything you want. Because by doing that, you get 911. By doing that, you get 88. By doing that, you get 57, 75. By doing that, I think you get 88. I think I said that. Anyways, regardless. Oh, say, can you see? Because the 6 moves right over here. 1 and 5 equals 6. At the same time, the Christ of Rubik's Cube moves dead center for number 33, which is 6. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. Right above, when we turn the dial, right over here, okay, that is either number 9 in low shoe or number 2. 2B, OC, can you see? Seattle Seahawks, we've done this one before. Imagine if R, A and R, the first and the 18th letter, equals to the 19S. But when you look at the 19S, the S looks like a 5. All of a sudden, you have 195, and you no longer have just an S anymore. That 19 turned that S into a 5. You got 195, 65, 65, and 65. Why? Because in your 18, you have 666 and one more in moon. One more on moon. The beta spirit connectors. Because it's an ES. Because with ES, okay, it would now say E as being the 5th letter and S looking like the 5th letter. Number 55, now you got 1955. Isn't that the year that Albert Einstein passed away? I, at the same time, was 8 years before I came into this world. My mother always told me I'm the black sheep of the family. May as well say I'm the black ball of the family, and you got to get me in last. That's all it is. I'll just be eating and getting fatter than anybody else, and you'll just bring me in last. So we did that. We spoke a little bit about S. We can speak about S, how it turns a C this way and a C that way. And the other thing I want to say about S is this. I put a straight line through S, which makes this 9, which makes this 6. S becomes 96. And at the same time, when you tilt this, your little circle here and your little circle here will make your digital clock. This is your S. When you look at it this way, and this way, right, it only looks like a C. If you take away both of these, okay, if you cut it in half and you remove this part, what do you have if you remove both these parts? We have a line here, and a line here. The lamed. In Jewish, in Hebrew, okay, the lamed. So you see what happened? I cut off, okay? There was a little piece on the top also. There's a little piece on the top. And then I cut off the bottom, okay? And then you end up with this. The lamed in Hebrew, okay, maybe the top or the bottom does not go because we do not carry all these lines. There's a certain line we don't touch. But when you cut the S in half and you make two S's out of it and just turn them on each other, you've got the swastika. Flip them over whichever way you want. Canada, keep the best for last. I'm coming back there, I'm thinking, I'm doing a little thinking over here. I've got a few things in the oven. I got a few things cooking. I've got a few things cooking. You know what's funny? Burnt myself. The other thing we have to know, 4 and 7 goes together. When 4 and 7 goes together, 3 and 6 goes together. When 1 and 2 goes together, 8 and 9 goes together. When number 3 and 4 goes together, okay, 7 and 8 goes together. 7 and 8, 3 and 4. This is wrong. This is wrong. There's no this yes does work, but I shouldn't have done that. This should have been when 2 and 3 goes together, 7 and 8 goes together. But we recreate 2 inside the 5 dice. And the 5 dice, okay, when we recreate the 2, is opposite of the 2, and the corners are doubled. So you're still in lighting 1. You have 4 in the area. 2 doesn't get to play. 4 comes to play with 3. But 2 doesn't. 4 comes to play with 3, okay, like I marked. But 2 is how 3 came into the game. So 2 goes with 8, 3 goes with 7, 4 goes with 6. Because on 4 and 6, that's the 10, where 4 goes right into 6, and you make 1 looking dice. That's the man of Mars, or the man of Earth. 2 and 2, 1 and 1, and then 1 light that comes in. The split alphabet, different ways to play the alphabet on the telephone. I'm just trying to look at something else. 3 and 4. 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 times 4. 4 times 5, 4 times 6, 4 times 7. 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9, 3, 6, 9. See the way 9 times 4, 9, oh, that was the same thing. But what I'm just trying to show is we have to multiply by 4, and then multiply this by 4, and then multiply this by 4, to see how each one connects to the same numbers, and they repeat their cycles. The same thing with 3. 3 times 1 times 2 times 3 is 369, times 4 times 5 is 6 is 369, times 7, 8, and 9 is 369. 9, 9, and 9 is 27. Do it again. You'll have 18 numbers and 54. Do it again. You'll have 27 numbers and 72. Do it again. The final time you'll have 108 numbers. You'll have 108 total of 70. 72 plus 36. 4 times 9 is 36, and it equals to the total of 18, 18, 18. 54 the first time, 54 the second time equals 108. 54 the third time makes 316. And then the fourth time makes 400 and 24. So this would be 424 inside this house. 4 times 424 makes 1696. 1 and 7, 9 and 6 is 6. The spirit is 76. Creation of 376. 3, 6, and 4 in this house. Let me mention something else. I'll show you one other piece. 3 times 6 is 18. 18th letter is R. 3 worlds. This is the R world. 3 worlds of R. In the R world, 3 more times the sun is created. 162, we become the spirit in the doghouse because 1 and 2 and 6 in the 10 world become 9, 4, and 2. 9, 4, and 8. 948. 9, 4, and 8 make 10, 10, 10. Or 6, 1, and 5. 6:15 on the clock. I have 6:41 on my clock. I don't know why, but I keep seeing this. In the center world, you create the ace. And this is also the angle for the pregnancy. 45 degrees on each side of the clock, plus a number of degrees used in Celsius or Fahrenheit to total out the rest of the number of days of a child's pregnancy. You're not talking about the female's egg right now. You're just talking about the pregnancy, which would be 135 left, 135 right is 270, plus X will equal the eggs, the sperm coming together, and the baby coming out. The starting number is this times 2. We go ahead and multiply it by 3. 243 is the jail. 81 becomes the Venus. Times 3, 243 back to the jail. 108, this is actually the Twin Towers. 1, 2, 3 added on to it. 3 and 4, Earth, Mars, the mind of man created the Twin Towers. You multiply it again, 324, jail, jail, jail 3 times. This is 972, and this is in the numbers grid. Sorry, not in the numbers grid. In the 600, 9 times 6 is 630, same family. 9 times 2 is 18, it's 648. 9 times 7 is 63, is 648. This is the Super Bowl we're having right now, 648. Whatever you know about that 6, my friend, you involve that with 48 because it's the 48th Super Bowl, or whatever you know in if you see a 96, the same thing. I didn't explain that right. Over here, okay, 3 by 6, 18. 3 by 4, 88. 88 is the 422s. 4 by 8 is 320. 4 by 8 is 32. 352, this is part of low shoe. Lo abe. Something to do with a low B. What is a B? What is a standard name to repeat B? No brains. The low ball brains. Something about no brains. You know the big guys play football. In the olden days, they used to call them the guys with no brains. Or the guys with no brains because they knocked their socks off. Who had no brains? Because whatever's coming to the low bay, Loa Bay, low to the bay, this is San Diego. If it's Loa Bay, this will be Louisiana, okay? Oranges, apples, Abba, father, low father, bay, electronic father, which is within our own minds, what our capabilities are doing. We don't need God to come and do anything. God can't make any magic in this world. It doesn't work that way. He can just take over the whole thing. We have to use our heads and our ways, okay? Consciously knowing through the matrix, through the better of the understanding of the knowledge within man, how to put things back together. And with it, we will get what they call fate. And this is where, when you study in the right area and you do in the right area, it becomes easier and easier for you to understand a better way to create a better world and a better situation for everybody. This here is the red in roulette. This is the black in roulette. This is red. This is a black. Now let me just do one more thing. Doing one more thing. Wow. I'm having trouble doing it, eh? This is the black. You see this over here? This is that door hinge. This is reaching out from here to here and reaching out from here to here. This can also be the duck, the beak of a duck. So this is my black. What do I have to design in order to finish my duck. Is this the chalice? Is this the other way to do it? You see the way the X is onto the floor? Do you see this over here? Looks like a Y the other way. See the way we have one Y here and one Y here? We're traveling with this oyster over here. Y at one end, X at the other end, traveling with the oysters. These go over this, goes over this. Now, once this goes over this, it ties it in, ties it in, ties it in, ties it in. Once you tie this in, every line will cause an X to be recreated. You'll have one here, one here, one here, and one here. X, 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 X for 40, X, 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 X for 96. The total is 136. It is the letter P, 613 laws of God, inside the one spirit of the three creation of the six mind. The same thing goes over here, but in this one, these two of them go on top of this, locking both sides in. This one locks in at 24 and 24 is 48, plus 10 and 10 is 58, 68. And lock in over here 68 and 68, which is a total of 136, which is the same amount of points we just scored on the first one. Just a different way, because the bottom of this over here and the top will also get 68 at the same time. X, 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 and X is 48, plus 10 and 10 is 20, is 58, 68. Okay? So we'll get 68, 68, 68, and not 68, because there's only one arm. This will go over here, but there's no arm to cross over here on one of these. So what I'm going to do over here is 68, 68. I'm going to write it down. 68 and 68, 68 and 34. Okay, now here's what it is. Guess what? Denver Broncos and Seattle Seahawks, in one of their two names or in both names, are 6886 inside their name. 34 stands for number 1. 6 and 8, 5, 6 and 8, 5, 6 and 8, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7. Right inside this. It also says 5775. And when you get the 27 and 30, here's your 57 to reconnect. Creation of the red spirit. Energy company. And this is the high heaven spirit connecting the 9 birth, which is the breath you take, I'm assuming, and the 2 might be the food you eat. The 3 might be the actual spirit in itself. I'm not quite sure of the totalities of that, but these numbers, okay, for the first section add up to 1, 6, 14, 21, 26. 26 is right here. 21 is right here. This is our cube. We're living between 22 and 25. Or let's say 22 and 24, because 25 is the incoming spirit of 7. Then we go 14 and 18. Now, where are we in the Super Bowl time right over here? We're right here. See number 68 again? The last two numbers that add up. 32 and 36. This is 34. This is 32. It makes 66, right? But this one over here is 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. All I'm using is the right side of the board. Well, this side of the board I'm using only. I'm not using the other numbers. Your total numbers come out to be 48, 14. You know, you get 48 and 14, 6 times 8, 6 plus 8. 48 and 14. 48 Super Bowl with the 1 on the cross. Did anybody have 14 wins this year? I don't know, but it says AD. It says AD and PH. Do you want me to do the whole number? The letter is E. It says D, designated hitter, electronic at bat. Basically something like that. Do you see what I did to the H? When I go in and out of the H, if I was a waterfall and this was the grounds, the H would, does it come out of here or would it come out of here? You come out of here, you create the M inside the H. And if you want somehow, if we get these back to back, somehow overlooking each other, somehow the S comes out. Where does the S come out? Anytime you see a 5, you think of S. 5 and S look the same. You think of 5, you think of S. You see a 2, you think of F. 3 and 2 equals 5. They work together. The North Star, North, N equals 5. The North Star. Three times 8, 24. 3 times 24, 72. 3 times 72, 216. This would be 9 days. 9 days 648. Same numbers that are coming up this weekend, 68 and 48. Time cycle, 1944. What happened in 1944? Was the elections happened at the end of the year and up? 44, Barack Obama, control of the moon, meaning control of man's mind. What man can do. Because the minute you have control over what someone can do, they're always thinking, are they watching me? What can I do? Thinking somebody else is guiding your life. 3 by 9 is 27, 21, 24, 27. Don't forget, we will count. And when we see 18 and 21, 3 times 6 is 18. 54 becomes the sun, 488. T4 slips, the low brain. And then we come over here. Right away, you have to say one thing. 7 and 6 come together as Union Oil in the United States. Okay, Union Railway. And 21. 18 and 21 is the 7th inning. One team has 7 times 3 outs. The other team has 6 times 3 outs. And it's the 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the game. We'll have Cracker Jacks. I don't know the song, but I should let me get out my singing skills. Baseball song. Let me think. Just give me a second. Just give me 1 second. Wow, my computer is all stopped and frozen now. Wow, I should have never done this. I can't believe it. I can't believe I don't even know if you're working. Okay, I'm not going to do the ball song. The other thing I want to show you is that when you want to go and make your S, see the 5? Okay, you see the S on the top? The ball goes in here, down to here, and then out this side. The ball's dropped on this side, goes this way, and the overflow goes this way. Or is it the same thing from underneath? I don't know which way it's going, but we wanted to finish just on that one. Hold on. When you get the 3 and 10, the 0, okay, automatically becomes 6. Or are all zeros equal to 5 when the first number is 1 only? Is the question. Only when the 1 is here can this 0 be a 5, totaling to a total of 6. Or is 0 over here become the 6 and the total is 7? Irregardless, I know exactly where you are because it is the 10J, the hook. Somehow they hook us to come in, or the sperms are like hooks. But this says je, it says I am. Anyways, let me get back to this. This is the 7th inning stretch. 63, 3 worlds of 666. 189, Raish. 3 times 3, 56, 5, 6, 7, 18 again. 7 by 3. 573 by 3, 1701. J17. Now, what's J17? The 26th position and the 26th Z that is created by the multiple of 2 times 8, 2 plus 8, or number 28, which is the days of the man for the moon, okay, equals to 26. 26, the 26th area on Monopoly is B and O. B and O adding up to the 2nd letter and the 17th letter, and the 15th letter, 2 and 15 equals 17. B and O is on the 1 key of the telephone, and the 26 is also there, and they come both from the name and the area of the same property in Monopoly. And the number to get there on the dice is 25, stands for Jack. So there's more numbers. Multiplying by 3, multiplying by 4. The keyhole of the question of what 5 is all about. Things that repeat. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 11 is 33. Times 3 times 3 is 99. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 6 is 15. The opposition of the 15 is 95. Those are the highest and the lowest you can get, and the numbers that make up Einstein, although EI is 14 and not 15. 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They both continue and count to the same numbers. One is a high, one is a low. Since 0 is not included in here because it's the area of drop, 0 belongs to everything. That's why it's on every single pool ball. When you add up the 45 from 1 to 9, 45, and then add the 5 one more time because it goes for low and high, you become number 50. 5 is in the center. Anyways, I'm not too crazy. Anyways, then I went up and I multiplied 4 times 1 times 4 times 4 times 4 equals 256. Times 4 equals 1024. This is special. Do you know why? This is AD. This is what Lo Shu has changed. Lo Shu changed this number around. The 4 for the 1, the 1 for the 4, and 10. X is the 10th letter in Roman numerals, and the 24th letter is X. 24th letter, the total is 1. 1 equals 34. So you'll have 1, 4, that creates 34 at the end, that creates 19. 1 and 4 will create your 19 at the end. It's just uncanny how it works. Raise the beef, the Federation beef. Jack in the box, I'm not quite sure. So I told you what that was. I showed you this part, 46, in which 46, that creates 34, creates your AC, 1, 2, 4. AC is 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, equals AC DC. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 3 times 4 is 12. 7 and 1, 7 and 2. 10 and 9, 10 and 9. A way to get the 19S might be this way. Because don't forget, the S is in the A family, but it's not. The S is in the E family. S is 19, might actually be S19 plus 5 equals the 24, or 5 minus 19S equals the 14N. Remember the way I told you the N fit with it? Why? Because in Roman numerals, the vowel before the S, ES, says 5 minus 19, or if it was just the totality of what it was, it'd be 19 plus 5, but the high and the low altogether is 38. If you also want to throw this in with it, is 48 is 57, and it's the number of the moon. And the French, why they say certain things 3 and 4 times. They say 10, 10, they say 10, 10, 10, 10. And then they say, they do this 3 times. So they say 10, 10, 10, 10. They say 24, 24, 24. 24 combination in numbers in French is repeated 3 times. Total is 72. Now I was adding up that 68 before. I was adding up that 68. And 68, 78, 88, 98, 102 says Valentine's. If I just take 168 with 134. If I take 2 68s, it becomes 136p, and it's onto the Q. Somehow you can think any way you want in your mind. That's the Q. Okay? But when it comes to making a move, the king has 1 move. That means you only have 1 move with every thought you've made. 34, 68, 68, and 68 would be 24, 28. So let's mark this as 28. 8 is 28. 6, 18. It equals to 218. The total of this is 218. Now my question is, where do I add it on? What do I add on? What do I do not add on? Do I take off from what I don't add on because there's an arm missing? 218, 21-8. The world we are in, 21 8 times. 168. 8 times 21 is 168. 168. All about this weekend's football game. There's got to be something going on. We talked about the cuckoo clock, and you also have to remember cabbage, because in cabbage it says shoo shoo, shoo shoo you say to the fly, choo choo you say to the train, cuckoo means off with the heads. Cuckoo, off with the heads. The heads are rolling. Another thing, there's the cab and the word bag. Jupiter inside 2 worlds is number 44. Red inside 2 worlds is 54. Love inside 1 world and a half would be 81. 1.5 times, 2.5 times, 3.5 times. stuff like that. Just want to see Sam Holt Guns, the Stars and the Rats in the Sewers, standing for Bell, BE11 stands for Jupiter. Bell Telephone stands for Jupiter. We did this. I'm going to mention the Star of Bethlehem and any word that goes with Beth. Any word that goes with Beth. Anyways, RMST Titanic. Arm Est. The arm is pointing towards the east. Saint. Female. Have you ever thought, oh, this land is your land, this land is your... What state are you in? Okay, that's a female state. What state are you in? Texas? That's a female state. What land are you in? I'm just assuming, I'm making up whichever one it is, but let's say female is red and male is black. That means Texas is black. Things that have joints and penises to connect to other states, or you have drilled into her to take what she has in her. Female and male states. Armrest, Titanic. Mars. Mars. East. R. M. We R-E-M to the east. The music towards the east. The vibrations towards the east. Boston says 2015. N is 2015. 2 zeros in it. One of them is 15. Earth, planet, stars. 2015 or 512 memory. Well, the minutes, they just keep flying on this, we were talking about the lira. We were talking about JC, what's the penny? JC penny, number 52. 72 and 52. Okay? 72 is my number, and 52, where is number 52? Number 52. Number 52 was a big thing. I don't remember where it was. 26, 40, 55. Zone is 61. Right away I know it's Saturn. The zone is in you and the zone is in Saturn. You know why? 26 and 15 is 41 and 14 is 41. It's 60. It's still Saturn. It says Mars, but it's Saturn. So the zone is in your mind through where it comes, whatever the signal comes. So if it's coming from Saturn into Mars, then it hits Mercury, it hits Luna, and it hits you. That's the way it has to work. Tuna, 2 North Americas. Saturn, okay? Saturn, 54, okay, is the sun, plus 39 equals to 93. Saturn, 39, 313s. That's also this weekend. George Washington Bridge, 752, George Washington Bridge. 72 and 52. 52 is Earth. 52 is heart. 75 is the year we're in. 57 is the year we're in. 34 is Jupiter, red. Red one, which is the red one. Now I gotta find you 52. Okay, George Washington Bridge, 52. There's another 52. It's something pretty new. 52 also comes 2 times Adam is 52. And you have to get a minimum of something, because you can't get 16. That's a 1 spirit of light. The one you actually really want to get probably is 34. So you have to look with everything with 34. Again, I marked 52. Why did I mark 52? 72 is brown, 27 is red. See, 27 red, that means 54. Brown is 72, makes, what do you do with brown? Becomes 144. You turn it around, you say it's 99. You double this, you double this. You turn it around, it's 72. You turn it around, it's 27. You double it, or you triple it, because the Mars-Earth scenario of Einstein is you multiply it by 3. Well, now I'm starting to think, let's just double it, multiply it by 3, or multiply it by 4. But only 3 will tell you the exact rotation of 3, 6, and 9. Was it in the Beaver? Was it Hakuna Matata? Number 52, it wasn't end zone. Zone and end zone. Enzo and Neo. End zone. Zone equals to 60. End is 19. End is 23. S plus E. Southeast equals 24. Where is the southeast? Number 52. Where is number 52, number 38, number 31? There's a word, number 52, and it's a word it's just a word I started, oh, another thing I wanted to do. 0, 15th letter, 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 11. 11 in pool and 3 in pool is 14. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 4 is 9. It says Diane. It says Diane or Indian. Starting for the jack. Why? Because the jack, the 0, okay, became 15, became 11. 5 times 6 is 30 and 11. Plus 3 equals 14. 1 times 4, 1 times 4 equals to the Indian. Now, I'm not sure if I made a mistake. I probably did not, but I want to see anything else. And 52 and 52 is all about what the Mayans are. It's Mayan time. 52, 25 is Christ. There's something else in here. I need to find. And like I said to start this video, like, what the hell do I know? I just keep comparing numbers. That's all. That's all I'm doing is playing with numbers. 52, 52. And it's a word. And I'm not leaving you without telling you this word. 52, 52. Oh, another thing. 1892, whatever you get from it, calculate it. 4 by 23. 3 times 6, 4 by 23, and 3 by 6. 4 by 23, 3 times 6. So let me look for it. 52, 52, 52, 55, 361. You want to say all the world in French? Say tout le monde. You're actually saying, okay, lemonade. All of lemonade. But you're actually saying all the world, but the letter sound to what it looks like is lemonade. Anyways, there's a number 52 that's missing. I'm not sure if it's the George Washington Bridge. I'm not sure if it's paging. It also comes out of the word two, because the word two equals to 58, okay, or 258. 256. 258. Let me see. Spy equals 52. The word letter, ET, when ET comes next to each other, it's number 52. When B and E and T, the word bet comes together, is number 52. Aleph, Bet, Gimel. Bet is the female world or the creation world. Well, there was a 52 here, and I really wanted to get the word out. Anyways, I'll write it after. I won't take up any more of your time. Raphael, 7286, in the constellation of Pegasus, in the year coming and upcoming and outgoing, 5775. You do know where S comes. Just turn 3 around, or any which way other than that, and you shall see it. 52. We all know 52 creates JG. We also know 5 and 2 comes together for memory. And that's it. Thank you for watching.